Good evening, everybody. I hope you are ready for some Arnold Schwarzenegger blowing things up action. We are going to be talking about Predator tonight. Yes, Predator from 1987, the original 20th Century Fox movie with Carl Weathers and Jesse Ventura and, of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I am your host. Hey, I'm so close to the camera. Hi. I am so close to the camera to scare you. But good evening, everybody. Glad you could join us. We're going to bring our panelists in here real quick. Here is John. How's it going tonight, sir?
Going pretty good. I'm excited
Good.
to talk about this movie. Me and my wife actually watched it last night, kind of brushed up on it, and yeah, I mean it's a great movie. I'm excited
Yeah.
to talk about it.
I watched it twice this week earlier, and then I had it on in the background today twice. And what a great movie! And I did. I'm gonna adjust my camera here real quick because I'm cutting my own head off. There we go.
Okay.
I watched Prey last week on your recommendation. Now I know there's a lot of people out there who just don't like it, and they went into the movie before it even came out not wanting to like it. And I sat there and I looked at it with really open eyes. Now, of course, there are a couple things you're just like, yeah, whatever. I mean, I know it's the current climate of bullshit, the culture
Yeah, where
wars and
everybody
stuff.
hates everything no matter what you do. Yeah,
Yeah, but all in all, it was a good movie.
it's a good movie.
I
It's just
enjoyed it.
good. Yeah,
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and the dog, I love the dog. So, but
yeah.
hey, we got someone else waiting in the wings here. Let's bring in Mysticles. There he is.
What's up, guys?
Also
Doing
called Mysticals sometimes, like the
Cool,
rapper.
please.
Mr.
Rio
Coles.
Hazuki. I go by a lot of names. Looking forward to talking to some Predator though, and same. Me and the missus watched it last night, and I've been seeing stuff on Prey. I didn't really know about it, and I started looking up a little. While I was doing the research for this video about it, I was like, man, what is Prey? Like I seen it, and I must have forgot about it. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
wanting to check that out too.
that's probably a side effect of the and don't get Scott started because he'll start ripping on it. But this is a product of the straight to streaming model that some movies are doing now, where
Yeah.
it just makes less of an impact. I mean, it really does. And that movie
Oh
would
yeah,
have been
if it
great in
didn't come out
theaters.
physically, I would have known about it.
I
So.
think if they would have put just a little bit more whipped cream and cherry on top, that could have been a very great theater movie.
Oh yeah, I would have loved to have seen it in theaters.
Yeah.
Hopefully the second one we can. We'll see. I guess.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to what was that? Alien Romulus. What was it called?
Yeah, I don't know a lot about
Yeah.
that one, but
Yeah.
I'm interested too. That could
Yeah.
go a number of ways, but I'm interested in it.
Well, let's check in on this. Hey, look at that! It's a great big predator thing.
Nice,
Yeah.
good font
Uh,
choice.
Yeah, I didn't make it, but whoever made it, hats off to them. So,
Predator.
Matt, I know that you watch a lot. I've not watched a lot of commentary, but you seem to really get into the commentaries and stuff on stuff, which I really appreciate that you actually do watch and listen to the commentaries and stuff because you end up gleaning a lot of little tidbits here and there. So I think that's really cool. But to you, what makes Predator a unique addition to the action and sci-fi genre? Because, by this time we've had all kinds of stuff out there. We've had, Star Wars, which is action sci-fi. Aliens. We could go on and on. But what makes this one a great and unique addition to the action sci-fi genre?
Uh, I would say this one has a huge horror element to it, especially about getting to about halfway through it, because they go with the classic element that you don't really see the enemy. They lead a lot to believe that what I mean, it could go either way. You know what I mean, leading up until about halfway through where you fully see the predator. And
Yeah.
even then, I mean, you could have a lot of different questions about the movie. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, I couldn't do no commentary on this one. The DVD that I own, it was like an original launch DVD, and yeah, it just had like the regular theatrical trailer, no commentary. But I
I
did a
think I have the
couple.
same one. It's very bare bones.
And it messed me up because my Predator 2 disc, because I just got like a big book with like 700 other DVDs, and it's just like that font. It's a black disc with the red
Yeah.
font, and this one was like a silver for Predator 1, and like a a slightly frosted lettering font. So it took me forever to find it because I was looking for the black and red. I was like, oh man.
Mhm. Yep, the black and red really sticks out nicely when
Yeah,
you're
it
looking
stands
for it. Doesn't
out.
it? Like
I
I
didn't
have
even
it
think
sitting
about
next
it.
to well, it's not next to it, but it's near Altered States, which also has black and red text. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but that's
Nice.
a crazy
I
movie
have
too.
not.
I've not seen that one. No, I've heard of it though.
It's pretty wild. We'll maybe one day we'll get into it.
Okay, that sounds
One
cool.
funny, one funny thing though, when I was doing a little bit of research for this was there were so many like Predator games and games where Predator is featured that I have never played and never knew
Oh yeah.
about. Obviously, you got the NES one, but
Hmm.
and AVP, but there was a lot of different ones across a lot of different platforms. I was kind
Yeah,
of surprised to find that out, and I don't own anything but the movie, so it's
they're
kind of
all over the
funny.
place. I
Yeah.
would recommend the PS2 one, Predator Concrete Jungle.
I've
It's
heard that's great.
it's janky. I mean, it's
Yeah.
definitely like a mid to low budget game, but it's a pretty respectable like GTA
Yeah.
kind of
Is
clone.
it
But
based off the second movie or
I don't think it's based off any one movie. I guess since it takes place in a city, you would probably
sort of?
associate it more with the second one, but I don't think
Right.
it's really. It's kind of its own thing.
Well,
Right.
there's like a kind of like a cult following for that game, and everybody just goes off. They love that game. Kind of like what's that one? Fistful of Boomstick, Evil Dead Fistful of Boomstick. I mean, not a
Hmm.
great game, but there's people out there who just really, really dig that one. And there's like
Yeah.
forums and stuff. And hey, you like what you like.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Yeah.
yeah. How about for you, John? What do you think that makes Predator a really unique addition to the sci-fi action
Um,
genre?
well, me and Sarah were actually talking about this last night when we were watching it. It's I definitely agree with Matt's point about it being kind of similar to a horror movie. It's almost like a slasher. You like in Halloween or any other slasher, you see more and more of the killer as it goes. As
Yeah,
the body count rises, you kind of see more of the monster or whatever. And they definitely did that on purpose here to give it that feel. But I think like a bigger thing that it contributes to the sci-fi genre and even the action genre is it's such a celebration of manliness
yeah.
and
It's a very
masculinity.
macho movie.
It is a big
mo-
macho
yeah,
movie. Yes.
exactly. It's macho, but it's like it's something about it that I can't quite describe is better than a lot of the other macho. Like if you were to put this movie next to Commando, which is another very clear macho movie, I would say Predator trounces that movie in almost every way.
Agreed.
And I'm not sure why. It just does. Maybe it's the characters, the writing. I don't know. The characters are all different types of manliness,
Right.
and the
It's like the
Predator is
balance.
itself kind of a different type of manliness. And it's just like these different shades of manliness all coming together and just flexing for 90 minutes. And
Yeah.
and it's that, but it's also it's mixed in with the horror elements and with some cool sci-fi and just really good writing and really good directing. And there's just really, if it weren't for maybe 5 to 10 other really excellent films in this genre, Predator would probably be either my favorite movie or one or and very close to my favorite movie. It nails everything. It's a well-rounded movie, and it's such a just unashamed celebration of manliness, in all of its different forms. And I don't know. It's that I would say, even though there are other movies that attempt those things, I think Predator puts it all together in just a so much more fun to watch way than most, if not all, other attempts. And yeah, it's a great contribution for all that.
Well, Jesse Ventura's character, I think, ends up being the once again ice cream reference, the cherry on top of that macho, that machismo, especially with a lot of the lines he has in the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like hey, we're doing stuff my way, and and I don't care
Right.
about
I
anything
ain't
else.
got time to bleed.
Yeah, I ain't got time to bleed.
He's very much like the typical like Western alpha male style of manliness. Like he's sort of the representative of that. Maybe even more specific than Western. He's just very American. He's like a very like,
That's what I would say.
I'm
All
from
American.
fucking Texas or Missouri or some shit. You know, sorry, I'm cussing. I won't cuss anymore. You know what I mean? Like
Or popcorn.
he's that style of manliness, you know, whereas Billy's like, I'm like this in touch with nature, Native American guy who can like track everything and I can smell
Right.
everything, you know, and there's just everybody just kind of has like a different shade of it.
Which was a very necessary, characteristic in the movie to have too, Billy's character.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
Super
Totally.
valid.
All of them, especially Billy though. But yeah, I mean, Billy's very much like, yeah, he belongs in that.
Well,
in that
two
group.
two hunters, two trackers tracking one another.
Right.
You know, and one's
Exactly.
completely invisible.
Right.
Right.
You know,
But then
Uh,
halfway through, it gets flipped on you. You know what I mean? Because now,
Mhm.
Predator can't find Schwarzenegger. You know what I mean? It's like, so it's a perfect yin and yang. It was
It
a
is.
very well balanced movie. Like,
And it slowly, the table slowly flips, or
Right.
the table slowly turns as the movie goes along. Right.
well, how does the jungle setting make the atmosphere in the movie more intense? Because if this were out in the middle of, I mean, let's just, if it were out in the middle of the desert, or let's pick, like Valley of the Gods or something like that, it's not going to be as intense. Or
Right.
even like when they were doing it in the concrete jungle in 2, not quite the same. I mean, there's plenty of places to hide and stuff, but what makes the jungle
Right.
just that much more intense?
I mean, I think to the audience, the jungle probably just immediately feels kind of foreign and uncomfortable, you know, and it sort of puts you in the shoes of the victims in that way. Although the characters themselves are no strangers to, Cambodia and places like that.
Right.
But as far as like, I think it affects the audience in a way, it makes them feel like, oh, I don't know anything about this area. Like I got to trust the cinematographer to like show me what's around,
Right.
basically.
Yeah.
Where you lose a little bit of that in Predator 2, but of course it's replaced by other things, so it's fine. But yeah, I mean, I think that it just kind of makes the audience uncomfortable, and the Predator himself, clearly has some advantage with using trees and with so much different foliage and different objects in the air and on the ground, that his camouflage really kind of works well with that, and the stealth camo. And so yeah, that's what I would say.
Well, it's good that you bring up the camouflage, because his cloaking device, if you will, his personal cloaking device. You have these military, this military presence there, and they're wearing camouflage to try to blend in, like you would.
Sure.
And these guys have done it before, and then you have someone who becomes almost completely and truly invisible in the very same environment where these guys are set up to blend in with, and because of his technology, they will not blend in, and they don't know that.
Right.
But in the jungle, and especially because they're in a Central American jungle, if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't South America, right? Wasn't it Central
It
America?
was like Guatemalan-ish
Yeah.
jungle.
I felt like it was South America, but
Was
I'm
it
not
South
sure
America?
actually.
See, I'm always like, were they? Did they? I've seen the movie a billion times. I have 3-4 copies of it, and I can never remember exactly what country they were in. I mean, was it
till we get to the
Guatemala?
very end. It's on the credits. It's in like different portions of Guatemala and stuff. Some
Yeah.
stuff was on sets, but they really went there. Like, everybody
Guatemala,
got sick.
according to Google.
Everybody got sick filming this movie. Like Schwarzenegger lost like a bunch of weight. John McTiernan lost a bunch of weight. Like everybody got sick filming this film.
But can you imagine being, no matter what jungle you're in, whether you're someplace in India, or if you're in Africa, or even in South America, there's always going to be something there that you don't want coming after you.
Right.
And but you really don't see any of that in this film. So you never know what's going to come out of the jungle anyway. But then all of a sudden you have this thing coming at you.
Right.
And and maybe that's how come all the other predators kind of said, yeah, I'm not going over there, because they knew what was around.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It takes place in Guatemala, by the
It's
way.
like, okay,
Yeah,
Guatemala.
that's what I thought,
See,
Guatemala.
and you know what? Tomorrow morning, that will just completely go out of my head, and I'll be like, "Is it Bolivia? I know it's not Colombia, and I know it's not Colombia because we would see
El Salvador. Like...
we would see Kathleen Turner and Michael Douglas if it was in Colombia. So,
Sure.
or Tony Montana, one or the other. Now Arnold Schwarzenegger, his character Dutch, we're talking about this guy and these guys being, the kings of machismo in there, but what makes him such a kick-ass action hero?
Oh man. I mean, he's just his on-screen presence. He's just the ultimate blockhead, meathead, gorilla man. And, Stallone sort of came close to him at one point, but I mean, Arnold just, he just completely dominated that, that type of character, all the way until really Keanu Reeves maybe kind of took it from him in the late 90s and changed kind of how action movies were, with the Matrix and stuff like that. But all the way up until that point, I mean, he's just embodies it. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but it's just awesome. It's just his charisma and his just on-screen presence is just awesome. And even though he's not really a terrific actor, I think he's a better actor than people give him credit for.
Agreed.
But he's not a terrific actor,
No.
No.
Would this help with that?
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Oh, I love that scene.
I love
Take
that.
it back. I take it back. He's a great actor.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Wow. I like that cut.
Yeah. Well, do what you can. Matt, what do you think about Arnold's character Dutch there?
Oh, Dutch at the beginning, he steals your heart with his confidence. He's confident and he makes it clear that his team is made for, reconnaissance and info and, recovery. He's not an assassination team, you know what I mean?
He said that. He goes, "We don't do this."
Yeah,
Right.
we don't do assassination. So that's, and with the confidence of him and his team, and they're built up to be, this number one A team that, that the CIA calls on. So that's kind of how they steal you in the beginning. But, I mean, other people could have did it, but Arnold had his own acting style and following that. Nobody else could have, which somebody can say he had a huge following in '87 like he would, but by '95, '97. But yeah, no, when Arnold's on screen, he draws your eye. That's what you're looking at. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, look at that spiked hair and that look. A little bit of stubble
Especially
there.
young Arnold, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, that's the guy right there.
I mean,
Right.
that image alone has been ripped off and redone and rehashed. That one image, the Bloody Wolf, the TurboGrafx game, the Bloody Wolf cover. I mean, that's clearly just two Arnolds that
Right.
they just tinkered with a little bit.
That happens all the time. Just like Escape from New York with the
Yeah.
Metal Gear. Yeah.
Sure.
Metal Gear, yeah. Excuse me. Now the Predator, the original Predator, because they have kind of evolved, or there are different. I won't say factions or species, but maybe different races of Predator that we've seen
Right.
from time to time. Kind of like how we have here on our planet. We have different races and creeds across the entire world, and they've evolved over time themselves. Now, but the Predator himself, his design has become very iconic in pop culture. And what aspects of the creature's appearance or weaponry do you find the most memorable? Matt, anything that kind of pops?
I always liked how gritty he looked. You know what I mean? For a species that has been able to master space travel.
Yeah.
to be wearing an outfit like that and come to a heated part of the planet because of warfare and everything, and to be looking like that, I thought it was a pretty good outside the box way to look at it, because you always want to go like the evangelical look with aliens because they're such high beings, but
Right.
you never know, they could evolve and still just love war like humans. So
Right. I mean, like look at Klingons.
right.
Like
Fun fact,
they're insane, but they're also
netting-
extremely advanced.
The fun fact, the netting on him, he's got that netting, the kind of fish net you can see on his body or whatever.
Mhm.
For the second one, like they wanted to change that, but there had already been so much fan lore built up that that's part of his cloaking mechanism that they couldn't change it.
That's
believe
pretty
that.
cool. That is pretty cool.
Right.
I don't need that explanation for the cloak, but I appreciate it.
Did
Yeah.
you get a picture of the original one when it was still Jean-Claude Van Damme doing the Predator?
I've seen it, but I
It's
did
so
not get a
bad.
picture of that.
It's
No.
so bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's horrible. It's like a lizard with like a duck head on.
I heard
With
that I heard
that's a
there
good one.
was an original like lizard version of him.
Yes.
Yeah, the comic books with the Predator go crazy. Like he's featured with Batman and like all kinds of crazy stuff. The lore goes kind of crazy with Predator. I did not know that.
Yeah, there's a lot. I read a lot of these when I was a kid. There's like a lot of these verses, like miniseries that came out. I'm not sure if it was DC or Dark Horse or who it was, but somebody put out like a bunch of these, like Predator versus Batman, Predator versus
I
Terminator.
think it was even versus Archie.
There might have been, dude.
Well, I do have a Archie meets the Punisher, and there's one was put out by the Archie Comics people, and then there was one put out by Marvel, and I guess he was at one of the dances or something. Frank Castle was, but I do have a copy of Batman versus Predator in my comics, which I've never read. So maybe I need to get it out and have a look, because
Yeah,
just the
there
cover
were-
was cool.
I mean, like Matt said, like the lore goes super deep. Like I don't know if you guys remember, the action figures went completely nuts. There were a lot of them. There was one I'll never forget called the Clan Leader, and he had these tusks that went like down to his knees, maybe even further than his knees. I don't exactly remember, but they were like big tusks, like a mastodon or something that like went down.
There was a Big Red. There was another one, Big Red. There was an action.
Yeah,
figure.
there was an invisible one that was like clear, but you could put his armor on, so his armor would look like it was like
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
there were some really cool ones, and I was like right at that perfect age where it was like it just hit me perfectly.
Huh.
I was like 9 or 10 or something, and I probably shouldn't have seen Predator at that age, but since I did, I got a bunch of the action figures and stuff.
That's pretty darn cool. I never
Yeah, they were
I never
cool.
knew that. I mean, I've seen some of the. I think McFarlane, didn't they make some stuff here and there?
Maybe
I'm
I don't
not
know.
sure.
I know they
I
did
don't-
the Spawn
yeah.
stuff, but
Yeah.
and they branched out from that and did some other stuff. But this was before. I mean, this was before like the McFarlane toys blew up. So I don't know if
Okay.
it was them. But they did the same thing with the aliens too. There were like water aliens and like
Right.
mantis
Well,
aliens.
I think the Aliens was started off at was Toy Biz. Started off at
Toy Biz.
The
I
Toy
remember those
Biz
guys.
brand. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
might have been.
actually I don't collect a lot of toys, but the only toys I do collect are CIB Toy Biz, and they got the Legend of Zelda and Resident Evil ones that they made back in the day.
Oh, nice. I never saw those.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop over to the chat here and have a look here. We've got Sarah over here saying "Woo!"
That's my wife.
Oh, that's Sarah. Hey, Sarah.
Yeah.
And hey, here's Lauren. How's it going, Lauren?
Lauren.
Happy New Year to you as well. Good to see you here. And the one, the only Game Dad is watching from Facebook. Hey, Game Dad. Hey, and Game Dad is very close to 8,000 subscribers. So
Wow, nice.
if you watch this now or if you watch it later on, please give Game Dad a subscribe. He's got a fun channel there. Check him out.
I think
And
I'm subbed to him already.
yeah, and then of course, Jay was pimping out the channel. So Jay Malone of Square Pegs. So I'll say, of course, check out Jay as well, and the gentleman here. Don't forget to check out Johnny Graphics and check out Mysticles as well. Their links are in the comments. I'm sorry, the description below if you are watching from YouTube.
We're good boys.
Yeah, well, try to be. I mean, I do beep out my F-bombs on my edited videos. So
You don't beep out every cuss word though.
no, only the F-bombs.
Right, right.
Only the F-bombs. Now, occasionally, if I'm like, if it's funnier, then I will beep out something. But no, I don't beep out everything. Just F-bombs.
Sometimes the beep is funnier if you do it right.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Now, the Predator isn't fully revealed in the film, as you guys were saying earlier. But what does this do for the audience? So you're watching it for the first time, or maybe even for the second time, and now you're going to be like,
the reveal.
yeah, the reveal.
Right.
I always kind of equated it to like when Billy like threw his gun and took off all his stuff and was like, I just have a knife and you're going to either kill me or I'm going to kill you. By the way, I wish we had seen that, a little bit of that.
Yeah, instead of, and that's it.
Yeah,
I know, right?
that's my only real complaint with the movie. If I had to have like a real complaint, it would be like Billy deserved some kind of scene. Something.
He did deserve better.
Something.
But
anyway,
man, they ran out of budget. Like, just end it with a scream.
I guess, like Loomis in Halloween 6, just kill him off screen.
Billy had a wedding to go to.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, I've always felt like the Predator taking off his mask and doing all that. That was sort of like his version of that. It was just like, here I am. You've earned this, final confrontation with me, and I'm gonna, level the playing field at least a little bit. The Predator's 15 feet tall, so it can only be so level. But, I'm gonna at least get rid of the mask and the shoulder cannon, or I don't know if he got rid of the shoulder cannon, but he got rid of the mask.
Yeah,
anyway.
he did.
Did he? Okay.
He dropped it in the water.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. So it was just kind of like his version of that, which I think is cool.
And fun fact, when he don't have his mask on, like you can see, like his vision in the movie, it's all red. He sees an infrared, so he's still like kind of blinded too when he takes his mask off, on this planet.
Yeah,
so it was like a double handicap. But I mean, he's still like 7'2".
Yeah, it's not like he's like walking around like this. So I can't see anything.
Yeah,
he still kind of sees
they've
something.
evolved somehow and made it work.
Right.
I'll say so. Now, we all know the line, "Get to the chopper."
Right.
This line has become a classic, and what impact has it had on the film's legacy as well as Arnold's legacy?
I heard that's actually his favorite quoted line out of all of his
Really?
movies. Like, get to the chopper. That's just rumor, but that's what I heard.
It's not a tumor, not to
like an iceberg type video.
I mean, I always thought I've always been puzzled by. I mean, that was definitely a great line, but earlier in the movie, he does two really good ones back to back. He does stick around with the knife, and he does knock knock when he kicks in the door. I thought those were better. I mean, I love those. The get to the chopper thing, he's not really doing it from a place of confidence. He's he's on the ground. He just got shot. He's like, he's disheveled and he's afraid. And I don't know, that doesn't have the same energy to me. I mean, I still like it, but I thought the other two from earlier in the movie, you would think those would be the ones that would, be elevated, but no one really talks about those.
There's another line that he says, gosh, which one is it? I wish I would have written it down now because I was like, I'll remember it. And I say it every time I'm watching the movie. And and the stick around one, because like I said, my TV's back here, and I had it on back here, and then like the stick around part, I know that it's happening just from the music, just from the score. I'm like, stick around,
Yeah,
that's a fun little fact about that one. That was an ad-lib scene because like this guy came to the production company trying to sell his wares, and they had him make the machetes for the movies, right?
Yeah.
Well, it ended up the machete was like way too fucking heavy, so he was carrying it, and they were like, "Look, we gotta make a scene where I get rid of this thing. This thing's too heavy." That's what it was.
So
it
wasn't even like scripted. They were just like, let's do this. Get over here and stab and throw the thing.
And that's like the beginning of the movie. It's like I gotta get rid of this thing.
Well, I remember David Letterman. He used to do his top 10, and he had it was top 10 lines. No, top 10 things you would never hear Arnold Schwarzenegger say, and I believe number 1 was "ouch."
Right.
So you'd never hear Arnold say "ouch."
You rarely hear him drop an F-bomb. Only in a couple movies. Like.
That's true. He's not a big cusser. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Predator's code of honor. Now, you guys hinted about that a little bit. How does this work inside the storyline?
At first, it's kind of like you don't really know. I mean, eventually it comes out, and like the refugee chick or whatever she name is, she comes out and says like, yeah, it stands for like, people who makes trophies of humans or something like that. But it becomes well known that he's a hunter of humans, and that's his game. You know what I mean? And that adds an extra suspense to it, because this ain't like a random thing. He's not doing it for money. He's
right.
Not doing it for, you can't bribe him. He's here for your skull and your spinal cord.
Yeah, he's here for a trophy.
Yep.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
he's coming to Earth like a rich person would go to Africa and hunt lions.
Right.
Yeah.
It's and in that way, it's kind of gross, and
And
you
he
don't
doesn't
really
have
want to
any
root for him because of that.
limits
Not just
on.
because he's killing humans, but because it's like he's a trophy hunter. He's just another trophy hunter, just an alien version.
Right. Now, John, you hinted at that earlier when you said, he takes off his helmet, and it's just kind of like, all right, you've earned this. You get to see me face to face.
Right.
Now that my cloak is damaged, you've got me, kind of out here in the open. I may as well go ahead and take this off. I think that a lot of that has to do with his sense of honor as well.
Yeah, there's like a strange code of ethics to be a predator. Like, they have to be armed. That's why he never went after Anna. They have to have a shot, even though
He figured that out quick. Dutch did.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's the only logical thing, right?
Yeah.
It's the only. Why else would he have not? You know what I mean? He did figure it out, and and it's interesting though, because once you lose, it's like, oh, he's gonna rip your spine out and,
Yeah, or skin you
and put your
alive.
skull up on a shelf next to a dinosaur skull and an alien skull.
Well, that's what I do with all my trophies.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But it's just an interesting, like, up until that point though, even though you're still handily outmatched, he treats you, within reason. He kind of treats you like an equal to some extent, like a sport.
Right. Well, I think also it's not so much that he's. I think sometimes, because as I've watched the films, several of them, especially with Prey, he is definitely way ahead of us technologically.
Right.
But I think sometimes one of the reasons why they do bring the weapons that they do have is they also realize that some of the creatures that they will encounter, whether it be a xenomorph or even us or a bear, that they're not so easy to handle. It's not like it's not like it's some mid-sized dog coming after you. You just kind of slap it and hit it a couple times and you've killed a dog. So they've definitely come to they haven't come to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they come for a fight. They
Yeah,
want to fight.
right.
They don't want to just dominate something.
We're not
they
here
wanna
to
fight.
share technology.
Right. Now, the Predator film has a mix of memorable quotes. We've quoted a couple earlier. What are some of the freaking awesome ones, and why?
Oh man, there's so many.
There's a
I'll
lot of
give you one.
one-liners for sure.
The where Mac is losing it, and he's chasing the Predator, and he's climbing up the hill, and he's like tripping, and this is like probably in the latter half of the movie, and he's repeating that song. I think it was a Little Richard song that was playing in the helicopter. Except he's doing it so badly because he's losing his mind, and he's just like, "I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some."
Having some-
That's stuck. That's for whatever reason my whole life. Anytime I hear that song, I'll just say to myself, "I'm gonna have me some fun."
That's the
It's
funny
just
part
stuck
about
with
the
me.
movie. But by that point of the movie, everyone's just about gone crazy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, except Dutch. Dutch keeps it together pretty okay, but yeah,
He does. He's rattled, but he's not. He's
he
not
knows he's in over his head. But he doesn't lose it like Mac does.
right. Of course, there is this quote.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Yes.
Dylan, you son of a
Bitch.
What's that from?
That is from Tomorrow Never Dies with Pierce Brosnan.
Wow, I haven't seen that one in a minute.
Yeah, James Bond. Oh gosh, there's so many good ones. One that my buddy Dan, and I've known Dan for a long time, since like junior high school or maybe even before that. He and I used to he used to do it the funniest way, because when what was his name, the Mac, he says to Carl Weathers' character, Dylan, he goes, "Hey, come here, turn around,
Oh yeah.
anytime."
anytime.
And then Dan would always do it. So I'm not even gonna try to attempt it. It would make me look silly. Just the way he would do it. I would sit there in art class and just giggle like an idiot. Just the way Dan would do it. But Stick Around was a good one. I Ain't Got Time to Bleed.
Oh yeah, that's
I ain't got time
legendary.
to bleed, classic.
Yeah. Well, this one I was saving for the memes for later, but I may as well just go ahead and put it up there right now, just because. I'm a this will make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus.
Yep.
Right.
Come here, kill me now. What you waiting for?
Oh yeah, of course. But almost everything Arnold says is a memorable line in that movie. To be honest, though.
You an ugly motherfucker.
Yeah.
I used to like imitating. Oh yeah, Mac. Sarah said, "Max, I see you." That is a good one
see
too.
you.
Oh yeah, he kind of whispers it.
I see you.
Billy's got one I really like when he's looking out into the woods and he's like, "What is it?" And he's like, "Something's out there and it ain't no man." And he's like, "We're all gonna die." Like,
You ain't afraid of no man. This ain't no
Right.
man.
yeah.
There is one scene though. I gotta say this though. There's one scene because I've always watched the film, and I've listened to it 2 or 3 times this week. And there's one scene that now that I've heard it and not watched it, it takes me out of the film because it just sounds so cheesy. And the reason why it's cheesy is because of the music they're playing at that time. So when Mac is, kind of paying tribute to his dead buddy there, Jesse Ventura, whatever his character's name is, I can't even remember right now.
Blaine.
Thank you. And he's just like, we did this and that, whatever, sunsets, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And, and he's just kind of pouring his heart out, kind of talking to his friend who's not there, even though he's, his body's right there. But they have this kind of lone trumpet playing, this military type tap sort of song in the background.
Like a funeral song.
Yeah.
Like a military funeral kind of.
And you take it really seriously, and it does have a reverence to it when you're watching the film.
Oh,
but
yeah.
man, I'll tell you what, if you're listening to that, or maybe it's just me and I'm a weirdo, because I know I'm a weirdo, and you're just listening to that, and I'm sitting there going, well, this sounds like an episode of Family Guy. What the hell? So it just takes you completely out of the film. So
Yeah, I think you're a weirdo on that one. I disagree on that one.
I am.
Guess I gotta try it.
But it's not him saying that. It's the music that does it. I'm sitting there going, really? That's what you have? And I don't know.
I think it works. I think it works.
If I'm watching it, it works. If I'm not watching it, I'm like, is Peter Griffin in this scene?
I don't know where you're getting that.
I don't know. It's me. I know. Mom dropped me on my head or something. I don't know.
I respect your opinion, but yeah, I don't see that one. I understand what you mean though about how sometimes things, when you're looking at them, like when you're thinking about it afterwards, sometimes it doesn't. You kind of lose a little bit of the magic, of course.
Like,
but I think that scene is actually quite an amazing scene.
It is a good scene.
It shows the range of the film. It shows the deepness of the relationship between Blaine and Mac.
It's not just a bunch of macho guys.
Well, I don't know if I think it contradicts manliness.
No, it doesn't contradict it. If anything, it binds it more because it shows that those two guys really care about each other on a level other than just being soldiers or members of a unit.
Right. They've been through a lot. There's theories that they're gay. And I'm actually, I don't hate that theory. Actually, I kind of like it. I mean, I don't think this contradicts manliness. This is another form of manliness. I mean,
I always thought Blaine's death was kind of dirty. Like, he
really
had
was.
a huge gun, waiting to really mow somebody down with it the whole movie. And he just got blown down.
Well, you notice he's the one who gets taken out. Well, not first, but he's
second, I think.
He's the second one because they were looking for the other dude, and but he gets taken out big time, like you said, Matt. I mean, it was just kind of like the big guy with the big gun gets barrel blasted open.
Yeah. Like, there's no coming back.
Which is the only way you could take down Blaine. You can't. You have to sneak up on him if you're going to take him down.
He had a lot of low blows in this movie.
Yeah. Well, I think that was, since he had the biggest gun, and he did have the biggest gun, he wasn't necessarily the biggest guy there. I mean, he's comparable to Arnold, but if you're playing chess, you've always got your eye on the on the queen, and you've always got your eye on the rooks, and you're going, all right, these guys are going to take me out, and it's just like, well, I mean,
Got to get rid of Blaine quick.
got to get rid of that's
Right.
it. Got to get rid
Yeah.
of Blaine quick,
Yeah.
and then you go after everybody else. So you take out the heavy hitters first, and it's kind of a wonder how come he didn't take out Arnold first, but Arnold didn't have the minigun, and then of
And
course,
maybe there's a little bit of that like respect for the opposing tribe,
yeah.
and like leaving the leader for last. Maybe there's like a little bit of that going on.
And it goes back to that code of honor too, because could have the Predator just gone in and wiped them out 1, 2, 3? I think so.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think he could have sat in a tree and shot them all in like a 20-second period with his shoulder cannon, and the movie would be 20 minutes long.
It would have been Call of Duty, and I'm playing.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean I'm the one getting picked off because I
The
can't
thing
play
about
that.
it is, they wandered into Predator's territory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Predator didn't come after them, so he offed one of them Hopper, and maybe it wasn't personal at that point. You know what I mean? But as things progressed, that's when he started offing the rest, as they started interfering with his business, basically
Yeah.
his territory. Like,
You're messing up my game, boy.
right? I mean, stepping on my
Yeah.
toes. These are my Guatemalans. I'm killing them. Like,
Yeah.
And then it became like another, contest then after that point for him.
Well, Matt, you just bring up a good point though, because he's there in that part of the world, and
Right,
he
because of
sees
conflict.
right. He sees the conflict, and then he sees some trophies, but then all of a sudden here comes in these big ass military guys, and they're
Right,
not
they
built
dealt
like
with it
everybody
nothing,
else.
like,
I mean, I think he went from going after the little tiny kitty cats to the great big tigers. He's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
look at
exactly.
that.
Like
You
if
know?
you were out squirrel hunting and then you notice like a buck and you're like,
Right.
ooh, now
Yeah.
hold on a minute.
Well, I was going for that Golden Globe. Screw this. It's Oscar time now, baby. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's more or less what it is. He was drawn to that, whatever that
He
drug
was-
cartel or whatever. He was drawn to that conflict.
Right. He's probably saving Arnold for last, or, would see, if it would bring out the best in him, if he would kill all of his squad mates and it would be only him left. That way he's not worrying about saving nobody. He ain't worried about escaping. All he was thinking about was killing Predator,
Yeah.
Yep. And and it shows like that's the sacrifice you have to get. That's the point. That's like the frame of mind you have to get to. You have to lose everything and you have to become more. You have to become another Predator.
Right.
And hence the title. I mean, it comes down to two predators. Which one is the most predatory?
So it's almost like a play on like the old sniper versus sniper play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I kind of get those vibes off of it because it's like a trench warfare. You know what I'm saying? Sneaking around the whole time. I try to out sneak each other, out trick each other.
It's
That-
like we have very similar skill sets, but only one of us can win. So we'll see what happens.
Hey, check this out.
Predator still.
Dylan, you son of a
There we
Bitches leave.
Okay. Sorry, I had to.
Predator's still a sore loser.
He is a sore loser because he brings out the tactical nukes.
Right. That's why I always question his honor, because at first he's like taking out little, guys that aren't putting him much of a fight. I'm like, okay, well that's not a very honorable hunter. And then he gains some honor. I'm saying, faces Arnold 1-on-1. But then he's like, you know what, baby time. Boop, 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 boop.
Was he being vengeful, or was he protecting himself
Yeah.
and his technology?
He's probably covering his tracks. Yeah.
Well, if you watch Predators, the Robert Rodriguez movie,
Yeah.
he blows up that ship when he thinks that Adrian Brody's character is on it.
Yeah.
And that wasn't necessarily to kill Adrian Brody. I think that was pretty clear that he just doesn't want this technology going missing. He doesn't
Right.
want Adrian Brody going to the Predator homeworld or whatever. So I think if you apply that logic to this, Scott, you're probably right. It's more about him protecting the technology and not being taken captive and
right.
not being examined and just kind of leaving no trace,
Right.
Although, I'm sure it had the added benefit of also possibly killing Dutch.
Right.
Right. And what a trophy he would have been.
Right.
Right.
You know.
And these aren't perfect, these aren't perfect creatures, they're not samurai.
Right,
They're flawed. I mean, again, if you watch Predators, you'll see, there's conflicts among them. They have some of them are being held captive within their own ranks, So, and they're all flawed in their own way. So, maybe he is kind of breaking code because he's pissed. I mean, I could see that too. I never really thought about it too much, though. I'm okay with kind of not knowing why they did that.
Exactly, because I think that there's definitely in a lot of films there's definitely those things that should be left. In a way, it's like poetry. You never know exactly what the poet was thinking at that time. We don't need to know every little aspect of everything. We didn't need to know this midichlorian stuff in Star Wars. It could have just been some mysticism or whatever, or magic or a god or gods. It didn't have to be, oh, well, if I have all these midichlorians and I'm more powerful. What? You're taking the veil away and you're making us go, no, we don't want that.
Yeah, I don't want too much explanation with stuff like that. Yeah,
Nice
I mean, I'm seeing a movie. I already know it's fiction.
Right. Yeah. Do either of you have any favorite moments from the movie and why that moment stands out?
Well, I would say, I mean, the scene with Mac and at Blaine's grave, where he gives him the whiskey bottle back, and I mean, we already kind of touched on it, but I just think that was a movie, or that was a scene that really, that's when the movie became like outstanding. Like that scene, the range that scene introduced and the depth that it gave those characters. I mean, the characters were already memorable and amazing by that point, but that scene was just handled so well. And it was just, I love that scene. I love it.
And as an actor, I've looked him up a million times, and I was gonna leave it up on the IMDb here, and I didn't. But every time I see him in something, he's murdering somebody, doing whatever. I mean, he was in Commando as well. Excuse me.
Mac was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it Commando? I believe it was Commando.
I haven't seen Commando in like 10 years.
Yeah, I believe it was, but he definitely had some range, and that was a definite shining moment for him. Not a shining moment if I'm not watching it, though, because like I said, it's Peter
Think
Griffin.
about it, and then you just have intrusive thoughts about Peter Griffin.
Yeah, I do. I'm like, no, because the next time that scene comes up, I swear, if I'm watching it here, because I have it digitally, I have it on Blu-ray, I have it on DVD. If I'm ever watching it again, I'm not going to let that intrude. I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
And scene. So
yeah, there you go.
That happens with some movies with me. I just get these weird things going on, especially in the movie Boogie Nights, but we won't get into that.
Okay.
So
save that one for another time.
One of my favorite scenes is probably the end where he's about to smash his face with the rock, but then he realizes that he's done. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's kind of like a moment of sympathy, even though everything the Predator has done. He's just like, okay, well, there's no need to smash his face in.
Right.
Yeah, he's so pathetic. It's like
Right.
it's like, oh man, I can't even do this. After everything though, it's like it's crazy that he would come to that conclusion, but you can understand why.
Right.
And I also want to maybe highlight that initial action scene where Arnold puts the bomb on the truck and basically just lifts the truck up off the damn thing and pushes it into, down the hill and into a hut and starts what is, in my opinion, one of the best action movie shootout scenes of all time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's not a single shot in that whole scene that hangs for more than maybe like 5 seconds. It is so tightly edited. Every shot has an explosion in it, damn near. It's the editing's perfect. The cinematography of that scene is perfect. There's so much to look at. I watched that scene last night, and I rewound it and watched it again because I just had so much fun watching that scene and just like looking at different things and just kind of just enjoying it in different ways.
It was 6 weeks of setup for that scene.
I believe it. I believe it. I mean, and it paid off, dude. It's so good. It's such a great action scene.
A normal shoot's like 90 days or something. So you can imagine they were out there setting up those explosives for 6 weeks. But yeah, I would agree totally on the editing for this whole movie. I think it was edited by 2 people, but
it's stupendous. The whole movie's edited really well, but that scene, it's like peak editing for me. I love the way that scene is done.
Pinpoint precision for sure.
Pinpoint, yeah.
I'd have to say that is probably one of my favorite scenes as well. I really dig when they're on the helicopter and they're just kind of going in and and it's just the banter back and forth. That scene really does it for me.
At the very beginning, yeah.
We got a comment here from Lorne. Lorne says, crazy scene that got me is that when Blaine gets blasted by the Predator's laser. Yes.
I know.
Oh,
Mac
yeah,
afterwards
this is
picks up
levels
the
of-
gun. And I love that scene too, because when he just, keeps running that thing until it's empty. With the rest of Dutch's crew into the woods. Absolutely, Lauren. That's that.
They just like turn a whole acre into a field.
Yeah, just flattened.
Yeah, and I've often, my dad I don't think ever watched Predator. I can't remember, but I know that I've made reference to that to him, and I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if you could mow the lawn like they do in Predator? And
Or
he
you're
just
trying to get out of chores.
yeah, he's like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. So
Right? Why don't
Yeah,
they cut
that's a
trees
great
down
thing,
that way?
and it's so like it's kind of psychotic because it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like the Predator could have just like gone to the left about 50 paces, and they would have just, you know what I mean? Like they wouldn't have
Right.
hit them. Or of course up in the air, which is where he probably was. He was probably up in a tree.
That's one of the first scenes where they really try to pass it off. Like they're starting to lose it here.
Yeah.
They're losing grip on reality at this point.
Right, because it's so not them to handle
Right.
the situation in
These
such a
guys are
psychotic,
experts.
imprecise way.
yeah,
Right.
because they're very well trained. They've got the experience. They have each other, and then here they are, just kind of just. Ah! And the funny thing is, like when Dutch is like, what the hell's going on, and then Mac picks up the gun, and everybody says, fuck it, let's just start firing into the woods.
Right.
What? It's like, this is not what you guys do. I was just surprised that Billy was there, not going, guys, we're just killing plants.
Right. Yeah, even Billy was in. I mean, they were all like, they would run out of clips, and there were shots of them reloading new magazines, and just like they had it together enough to reload their gun and operate it properly, but they were so frazzled. It was like, this is all I can do right now. I just have to level this forest.
The only thing that would have actually topped that off is if Sean Connery with a little ponytail would have just come down out of a tree saying, "I've lost the." What does he say in that movie? I've lost the cure to the plague of the 20th century, or whatever he says, and then he just goes back up into the tree.
Red October? What are you talking about?
That's Medicine Man, a very obscure movie.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, all that's it. It's a decent movie, but for me, what makes that movie a lot, and I saw it in the theater a long time ago when it came out, is the soundtrack's really good. So there you go. But we do have a new segment here, and we're just gonna
before we move on.
Yeah.
One point about that scene where they're shooting, where everybody's psychotically shooting together and just shooting randomly. I noticed this last night. That gets mirrored later in the movie when the Predator is shooting blindly in the forest at Dutch, when Dutch is all blended in and he's holding onto a tree. I think it's right after Dutch shoots like a gunpowder arrow at him and it hurts him real bad.
Yeah.
And then he freaks out, turns around. The Predator shoots a shoulder cannon all over the forest randomly, and is not aiming. And that, it just kind of dawned on me last night when I was watching. I was like, oh, that's a mirror of the scene when they were all losing it, and they were all just
he's
shooting
frazzled.
blindly. And that it's like perfectly illustrates how the table got turned at that point. But anyway, I just thought that was fun to notice.
I remember the line now. The one where he says, "If it bleeds, we can kill it."
Yeah.
That's a good one too. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, our new segment is just going to be real small this time. We won't do this every time, but our new segment this week is the Video Vault Movie Quiz.
Did you use After Effects on that? What do you do that with?
No, that's just Final Cut.
Really?
I'm just that good.
Dude, oh, that's great.
Very nice.
Okay. Well, you know what? I was going to have a little thing here for the movie quiz, so that way you actually have. But I didn't make it. Oops. So call me a poor host. Oh well.
Okay.
All right. So we'll just go to this picture right here, just for the heck of it, and then. So here is our first question: is what planet is the Predator from?
Oh, pass. I have no idea.
I didn't know there was a distinct planet. Is it in our solar system?
I forget what they're even called. They have a name. I forget what they're even called.
I'm going to say Predator Land.
Predator Land.
Planet Fury.
Damn it.
No, I'm sorry, that is the wrong answer. The answer is Planet Terror. That's where they're from. They
Oh,
are from
duh.
Terror.
That's an awesome movie too.
Yes, that is a good movie.
That's another Robert Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
movie.
Yep.
Which actor director had a cameo as the helicopter pilot Hawkins in the movie?
I have no idea.
Hawkins? I thought Hawkins was a member of the crew.
Well, he is.
So he was a helicopter pilot too?
I believe so.
I don't know.
I know the Predator played as one of the rescue pilots also, his actor, but yeah, I have no idea.
No idea. No guess.
I'm gonna say Carrot Top.
No, it is not Carrot Top.
Damn.
It is Orson Welles.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
No. The real answer, the actual answer is Shane Black, writer director
Oh,
Shane
duh.
Black.
Yeah.
Huh.
But no, Orson Welles would have been better.
Yeah, he wrote that movie, right? The Predator, the 2018 movie,
I believe so.
which was not good, but whatever. That's a discussion for another day.
But
perhaps.
considering that he did all the Lethal Weapons, I'm going to give him a pass.
Fair enough.
What iconic weapon does the Predator use in this film?
The shoulder cannon.
Right.
Well, he
yeah.
uses several weapons. I mean, he uses his
Yes.
wrist blade thing,
Yeah.
the shoulder cannon,
the self-destruct,
the self-destruct bomb.
So, but just pick one.
I'd say the shoulder cannon's probably the most iconic.
that's probably. I'll go hand blade if he's going shoulder cannon.
Okay.
I'm sorry, gentlemen. Neither is correct. It is this Nerf weapon right here, the Nerf Vulcan EBF 25 pulse rifle chain gun. I'm sorry.
Damn, that thing is
It is-
cool.
No, it is actually the plasma. It's the plasma caster or shoulder mounted plasma cannon. You did have that correct.
Okay, I like that better though. I like this.
Not every answer has to be silly, but tonight it is just because it's it's a new segment. It's a new segment.
I like this because it's got a tripod on it.
Right?
Actually, I did buy this for my son Cameron, and it's a badass weapon.
Nice.
And then my other son, we got him the one that it had like this hopper, and I asked them both. I'm like, hey, you guys still have those? Oh, I don't know. Probably where my mom's in the basement. I'm like, okay. I mean, if I had like I mean, that thing's huge too. It's just like Max, whatever. I mean, would have been really great to have one here. Who portrays the character Dutch, the leader of the elite rescue team?
Sylvester Stallone.
You're close.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Matt?
It's Arnold, right?
Nope.
No,
Nope.
I'm sorry. The correct answer, who played Dutch, that would be Ed O'Neill.
Told you.
Yeah. Yes. And the final question for this round, and of course we'll tweak this format a little bit, here and there. Why is the Predator's blood? Why does it glow green?
Because he's the guy that makes all the glow in the dark stars that go on all the kids' ceilings.
You're very close. You're very close, and that was Lynn's answer. My wife answered that. That's very
Really?
close.
Okay,
Yes. Matt?
I don't really know how many funny answers. His nuclear powered inside, so his blood is all radioactive.
That's a very good answer. I'm sorry, gentlemen, both really good answers, but wrong. It's because he's a distant relative of Mr. Spock. So there you go. That is the Video Vault Live movie quiz for this week. Figured we'd go right into the Harbinger of memes
So
for
many
tonight.
explosions.
Well, you got to have them.
love
It's a machismo kind of a show. I mean, I'm not Arnold, but I'm not taking my shirt off for anybody.
That's your
Got the
decision.
explosion.
Aliens are dangerous. We need to ban aliens. How dare those aliens invade our feelings? I need a snow cone.
You thought we were talking about illegal alien.
They say I could be anything, so I became the Predator.
Damn, he really did.
He sure did.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
He's
Poor guy.
appropriating like 7 things there.
And not one of them, has an IQ above 70. I just thought this one was cute.
Well, you know that happens on their home planet all day. Like,
that's a laser you don't want to catch.
Well, this was John at Halloween with his cats. So
they put it on stun mode. It's fine. Like,
poor kitties.
That shoulder cannon is massive in that illustration.
Hey, that cute guy at the nightclub. Woo! All right.
Hey, boy. Take off that mask.
Fun facts with Squidward. Predators kill their prey in warm climates. Therefore, they are cold-blooded creatures.
Okay.
It could be.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Squidward.
Of course, sexual Tyrannosaurus right there.
Yes. Goddamn sexual Tyrannosaurus.
Goddamn sexual Tyrannosaurus. And the lost episode of To Catch a Predator.
Didn't he did a show called Hanson versus Predator at one point, and I was like, are you an AVP fan? Like, low key?
That would have been funny, but yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah, can you just sit right down there? He's just like, so, did you know this military team was going to be here tonight? Huh? You called them up? Really? Yeah. Yeah. You like men? Huh? Yeah. Really?
They said they were 14.
Yeah. Yeah. They said
they
they
invited
were 14.
me.
Predator's like, I'm just being stupid, I guess.
Like, I was
said-
passing through. Like,
They said they were going to have shrimp and pigs in a blanket. So anyway, that's Harbinger, a meme search. Oh, kaboom.
Love
Yeah.
it. And
got
Hanson is still there. Okay, there he goes.
And tonight, Matt is in the flames. So
Ooh.
enjoy.
Yep, kind of matches your warm sort of white balance there.
Just a little bit of little warm down there. I hope you're not wearing thermal underwear because you're probably gonna start sweating in a minute.
Yes.
That Ohio State hoodie is looking pretty warm right now.
might have to come off. I don't know. I'll give it a say.
Oh well, I know it was a quick show tonight, man, and I don't mind it being a little shorter. Actually,
It is New Year's Eve.
Right.
it is New Year's Eve.
People got shit to do.
Yeah. So, but because we have gotten to this part of the show as quickly as we have, oh, Mr. Mysticles, please tell us, where can the lovely people who watch this video tonight, and if they watch it in the future, where can they find you?
Pretty much everywhere. You can find me on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, all under Mysticles, and you can find me on Facebook as Rio Hazuki. So look me up. Got some more content coming out soon. It's gonna be awesome.
Yes, and his link is in the description on the YouTube video page. So, John, how about you?
I'm primarily really just on YouTube and TikTok, and currently I have my TurboGrafx 16 shmups video up right now. Go check that out if you're interested in that. That it's doing okay. I like my videos to get more views than I have subs, and so far it hasn't done that. But it is, it's getting its trickles of views in. So comments have been positive on it. So, and I'm working on a review for the Analog Duo currently.
Yes, I can't wait to see that. I
was hoping to have that done in time for tomorrow. I don't know if I'm not going to put a bunch of pressure on myself to get it done right now because I'm trying to not be sick and I'm just more important things in the world. But it's coming along. It's probably another couple of days or so away from being done. So that'll be up. And then I'm going to move on. I'm going to talk about some other stuff for a little while and then circle back to PC Engine stuff later. But got a good schedule going on there. So feel free to check me out on YouTube and or TikTok.
My video that I posted today, I had a little bit of a shout out to you because of a game that you recommended to me.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Evil West.
Yep. And
you like that game?
I really dig that game. I really
it's so
do.
Good.
Yeah. And then I was on the phone with Matt about a week ago when I had both my PS5 and my PS4 on, and I was going, all right, what do I have duplicated on these systems that I don't need?
Playing the hard drive shuffle.
Yeah, because I was like, I need to put more stuff that I am going to play on the PS5 on here because I don't have that many PS5 games, but I couldn't put everything I wanted to put on there. So I was like, all right, I can get rid of this, get rid of that. So, and then, but today I did open up my Evercade. I got that earlier this week. Opened up that, and then I'm still waiting for one game, and I'm going to be ordering 2 more. So that'll keep me in.
Evercade Versus, or
Yes, that's the Versus.
Which
Nice.
is that the consoleized version? Or
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm really digging it. I just opened it up about 6 o'clock this evening.
Who makes
5:30. That is Blaze. Is it Blaze? Blaze Evercade? Is that,
Okay, I'm not familiar with them.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
not sure. I've heard
Yeah.
great things about that Data East collection for that, though.
Yeah,
Oh, I
there's
bet
there's
that's
some good stuff on there. And I was really happy that because like my daughter and I, we were playing Burger Time. And she doesn't know, she just goes up there and hits the button and gets rid of all her pepper in one time, and I'm like, no, don't. But yeah, there's some good stuff on there. And then
That's cool. They got co ones too, right? That have like Splatterhouse and stuff on it.
yes, and I do have I forget which collection it is, but I do have it's Splatterhouse 2 and 3, I think.
Oh,
I don't
nice.
think, I don't think it's the first one.
That's okay.
So,
2 and
but-
3 are amazing.
But I haven't put all the games in to check them out yet. Just a couple of the cartridges we checked out. But
You can make
I-
a video on that?
oh heck yeah, absolutely.
cool. Yeah, I'd
Um,
like to know like an extended like your thoughts on it for sure. Because I've been on the fence about that for a while.
I was very much on the fence when I was talking with Rob, and I'm like, it's been in my cart forever. Do I want this? And he goes, yes, you want this. And I'm like, okay. So I pulled the trigger, and I got the one that had the two cartridges with it, and the two game pads, and my phone. Hey, look at this.
I was about to say, well, how are you
I
triggering
was
that?
wondering.
Yeah, I forgot that my phone does that.
Okay.
So, yeah, I did that,
Fireworks going off.
and then I ordered 3 more that came. 2 of them came right off. 4 more, and then I'm expecting 1 more tomorrow. I got the 2 Toa Plan collections.
nice. That's
Yeah.
quality. Toa
Yeah.
Plan is quality.
So I probably will not need my Genesis copy of Truxton or my Genesis copy of Fire Shark anymore. So they're going to be going on eBay or something like that.
Ooh, I might want that Fire Shark.
It's just the cart, it's not complete.
Well, let me know if you really
Look at
sell
the
Fire
sound
Shark.
in
I'll,
the future.
I'll let you know.
Truxton.
I already got Truxton, but let me know if you really are gonna get rid of the Fire Shark.
I will let you know.
Okay.
But yeah, the RoboCop video is going to be coming out within the next week and a half. I'm kind of taking my time with it because I have all that footage to go through, and then what you saw today was just a couple seconds of that. And
Great game.
I'm going to be doing this one in the style I have done before. I'm not going to give away too much, but yes, that one's coming out. And yeah, of course, I'm here on the Game Closet, and if you're watching this video, you are watching it on Game Closet or Facebook, because the Video Vault Live channel, I've decided I don't think we're going to be putting anything over there anymore. I've also privatized everything on that channel, so if you go over there, it's just empty. There's just one video saying that everything moved over to here, and that's it. So
You're just gonna let it sit?
I think I'm just going to let it sit for a while. I may even change it to a different channel eventually. I don't know. Or I may,
Try to redo that one thing you were doing, that weird thing. That was cool.
I know why that got shut down.
What'd you do? Was it some of your meta tags?
It was my meta tags, because instead of for the video, I also put it in for the channel. And you can do it sometimes for the video if you put in like, hey, this is similar to, Monty Python, and I just went cut and paste. And I think they saw the Monty Python and a couple of other things, and they said, you're spamming everybody. And I went, oh, shit.
That still seems extreme to just shut it down for that, though. You think
Yeah.
you get a warning or something, but
It
no.
was up for 6 hours, and they
They
shut
really-
it down.
Man, all right.
And I didn't even bother, contacting them, because they don't even give you like a real explanation. It's just like,
No.
they give you a very vague explanation, and that's it. Well, anyway, we'll talk a little bit more of that real quick before we go. But anyway, let me show everybody what's going to be coming up on our next episode in 2 weeks. And then we're going to be doing a little bit of a tweak here and there with Video Vault Live. And we may be doing a little bit of a slight format change. Nothing big, nothing to go, oh my gosh, they changed it so much, I hate it now, like there's that many people watching. But the point is we're gonna change it up just a little bit, and but this video we were supposed to do about I think 6 or 8 weeks ago, and I had laryngitis. I think that's when I had laryngitis.
Okay.
So or maybe so we're gonna be doing this one in 2 weeks. So thank you for watching. We'll talk to you all real soon. Have a great New Year.
Happy New Year.